We ask questions, hey!
We have wonders, hey!
Sixth grade systems that learns their way, hey!
Ooh, we love to learn.
We learn our way because
we make sure we are
kind, respectful, safe, and doing our best!
The sixth grade class was posed with a question. How does asking questions and solving problems help us to be successful at CES? Well, to answer this question, we are doing a TV show project. And here are our beginning thoughts and brainstorms.
So this is the blue group, and the center of our mind maps is all focused on how does asking questions and solving problems help us to be successful at CES. And our big question that we're focusing on in the blue group is, what will our studio look like? So first we thought, what supplies will we need to be able to make the studio look this way? And then we decided we needed to figure out how we might be able to get that stuff on our own. Then we were raising money, maybe getting different stuff for the studio, like soundproofing, a green screen, and all the tech for it.
and to go along with the green screen, we could edit in some background things to make it look like an office and stuff.
And we were also to operate the green screen, and we're also thinking about lights. We would have to have a computer or some type of technical device to program it all to go out at the right time, where we just do it ourselves. Very much. The red group's team mind map. One of the big things we focused on is our TV show. Our TV show is circled around one thing, learning our way. This is showing how we learn our CES way. We all had different jobs. There was choreographers, there was production crew, production organizers, lyricists, music. There's a whole bunch of different jobs, and you were assigned jobs that you wanted to be in and that you thought you were good at. This is one of the big topics that we focus on in sixth grade.
Transferable skills is another one. A type of transferable skill is collaboration. Collaboration is when you're letting other people have a chance to talk and they are being listened to. Another type of transferable skill is persevere. Persevere is when you don't give up and you keep trying at the hardest.
And this was our red team mind map.
And then we had called game day. So what game day is we have a science table in our room with a lot of different games on it. So each of our groups chose one game, and we had to figure out how to play that game, and we could play at least one round. So our game was Da Vinci's Challenge, and we created these things called prezzies, which are like documents.
A Prezi is a doc, but instead of writing a paragraph, you can write separate paragraphs in places usually keyboard, and basically zooms in on all of those places.
So, right there, as you can see, there's a bunch of transferable skills. What a transferable skill is skills that you might need for everyday things. So I have teamwork, good sportsmanship, collaboration, and citizenship. So basically, what it is those are all prior skills that you might need to play the game.
And so what we created the prezzies for is we wrote reports on the game, which is questions with, did you enjoy the game and how easy was it to play the game? So we created prezzies around the question, which was, would you recommend this game to sixth graders? We all had different answers. Mine was yes, because I thought it was a fun game.
Mine was, I wouldn't suggest it as a learning tool to other sixth graders just because it's only addition, and I think most sixth graders have known that by now. But I would suggest it as a fun game to play.
Hello, viewers. I'm Rocco.
And I'm Monique.
And this
It's
is
Learning Our Way.
You may remember our show from last year in the 5th grade, The Mathematical Universe. Well, this year we're in the 6th grade. This year our main focus is on project-based learning. One of our projects this year is sound waves and how they affect the sound in our studio and on camera.
Speaking of studio, we got a new one, Studio Dreams. Today we'll be talking about how the TV show sounded last year in the classroom compared to this year in the studio. We will also be talking about how the show looks this year compared to last year. Last year we had a camera that had a rough time focusing and the audio was quiet. This year we have a camera that has a mic that is called the shotgun mic, and the focus is a lot better too.
Right now we'll be showing how the jump rope sounds compared to slow compared to how it sounds fast. Yeah.
We thank PEG TV for letting us use their cameras and helping us with our filming. Thank you all for viewing Season 2, Episode 1, Learning Our Way.
I remember that distinctly, even as long ago as that was. It had a huge influence on the way I think and what I do. And I'm a hands-on learner. I think I learn differently than some others. So I like to, again, work with my hands, and it's better for me to do what I want to do and bring all that together. So I was in industrial arts, then I decided I wanted to continue with that, but I wanted to go to college as well. So in the mornings I would have my college prep courses, but in the afternoons I was in the vocational program. I was in the machine trades program because I like to run lathes and milling machines and so forth, and again, build things. So I did both, a combination. Then I decided to combine the two, and I went to UVM to be a tech ed teacher. And that's what I decided to blend the two together. So I graduated from UVM, received my certification, did my student teaching at a local high school, and then I decided I didn't want to teach. I decided I wanted to go into business instead. So my first business, well, I had a business actually before I graduated from college, and I spent my summers. I bought a paddle boat, and I rented that out, and I mowed lawns and took care of property around the lake. So that was my first business. But then after that, because I had, again, an interest in machining things, making things, I had an interest in racing. That's something I've done for the last 30 years. but I like to make things go faster, make things work better. So in machine trades, I did a lot of that, and in racing, I was able to drive and able to use some of what I learned, the technology aspect, to make things go faster. So I decided to go into business instead of teaching. And my first business was in motorcycles. I had a motorcycle shop for a number of years. And then I had an opportunity to buy into a family construction business. So I decided to do that, move on from motorcycles to that. I did that for over 30 years. But in between that time, I got involved in some other things. I was involved in a restaurant as well, 2 restaurants, franchise restaurants. But it taught me some valuable lessons about both construction and business and so forth. There's a lot of similarities between any business, but you have to have a passion for it. You have to figure out what works and what doesn't. And I always try to separate things about want and need. You know, what do you need and what do you want?
In conclusion, the governor has taught us lots of tips and tricks about being a business owner.
We're making oobleck. Oobleck is a solid and liquid at the same time. To make oobleck, you need cornstarch, water, a measuring cup, a bowl, and a spatula. First, you put the cornstarch in the cup. This might take a little bit.
Here's Eli with the science behind oobleck.
Hello everyone. My name is Eli, and as Max said, oobleck is a solid and a liquid at the same time. So today I will be demonstrating the science behind oobleck. So the science behind oobleck is the starch molecules are on top and the water molecules on bottom. So when you hit it, the starch molecules don't have enough time to react to your hand, so it acts like a solid. When you sink your hand in, they have enough time to move out of the way for your hand to sink.
Hello everybody, my name is Daniel, and I will be punching, hitting, and sinking my hand into oobleck today.
Another fun fact about oobleck is, see how it's reforming? If you plop it back in, it will reform even more. It looks like it's replacing the particles that it's missing. But also, if you see that I keep my hand in here for long enough, if the oobleck was up to here and I sunk my hand would be where it is right now. But also, I would have to not keep my hand in for long, because look how hard it is for me to get my hand unstuck from the oobleck. Also, if you keep it in your hand like this and keep playing with it, once you drop it back in, it's liquid again. So another fun fact is that oobleck, you need supervision if your child is playing with it, because it could swallow it. So if you can see, if I punch it, it will do nothing. If I hit it, it will still do nothing, because of the cornstarch is on the top, and the cornstarch doesn't have enough time to react to it. But if I sink my hand, if I just lay my hand on it and sink it in, as you can see, it will go in, because the cornstarch is slowly moving away.
That was our part of oobleck. Hope you had a great time, and bye.
Hi, I'm Ian.
Hi, I'm Maddie. We are going to tell you about our 6th grade math.
Over the few weeks that we have been in school, we have learned about ratios.
I'm Maddie again. I'm going to talk about ratios. So the main definition of ratios is that ratios are a comparison of 2 equal values, and both cannot be 0, because 0 and 0 is nothing. 0 is nothing, so like you can't have 0 circles, and you can't be comparing, because there's no circles, to no squares, because there would be nothing, so nothing to compare with. The order really does matter. So the order matters because if the order is flipped, it is not commutative property. It does not go the same both ways. It is a whole different ratio if it's flipped. Now, ratio stories. Ratio stories are just telling the reader or mathematician what your ratio is. Example, for every 2 cups of flour, there are 3 cups of water, like when you're making birthday cakes. So, and now I just have a ratio written down, 2 to 3. And ratios are pretty much relations of values. A total of 2 and 3 is 5. So you can do part to whole, which would be 2 to 5, 3 to 5, but it's not a fraction. Even though it looks like a fraction, it is not a fraction. So that's pretty much ratios.
Okay, now I'm gonna have Ian talk about how we are learning ratios in our room and what we are doing. We have a cool project that I'm gonna have Ian explain.
In math, we have come up with a question, which is, how can wall color and lighting affect a student's learning environment? The reason we are doing this is because our math teacher does not like the way that her room looks. So we will be using ratios to mix the paint, and we are also studying about lighting and how that can affect learning. That's it for our segment.
Goodbye! We hope you watch our...
My name is Thomas,
And Kate,
and welcome to the English Language Arts segment of our show.
we have been talking about our global read aloud. You might be wondering, what is a global read aloud? A global read aloud is something that allows you to read a book and talk about it with any school across the world. The book we are reading now is called Mall Unbound. We are communicating with a school from Ohio. We are communicating with them through using a site called Flipgrid. Flipgrid allows you to take videos of yourselves and post them for everyone to see. We have posted a video of us introducing ourselves to the school in Ohio. We have also Skyped them, and here's
How
the
many kids do you have in your whole entire school?
750. Whoa.
That is a lot.
We got like 500.
No, Class? No, we don't. 172. We have 172.
Yeah, again.
We have 172.
K through 6.
K through 6.
172?
Yeah.
K through 6, yeah.
In kindergarten for 6th grade, 172?
Yes.
We have 6th through 8th grade, and we have about 750. 5th through 8th grade, 760.
Mall Unbound is a realistic fiction type of book set in the country of Pakistan. In Mall Unbound, she confronts a landlord who has control of all her village. And after he confronted the landlord, he came to her house and took her away to his house to work as a punishment. And Mall Unbound is inspired by the story of Malala, who we also read a story about. And Malala lives in the country of Pakistan, and where she loves to go to school. But one day, a military group called the Taliban banned girls from going to school, but Malala kept going. And one day, when she was walking home from school, the Taliban arrived and shot her in the head. But miraculously, she survived and is fighting for women's rights to this day. Now, here are some wonder questions we have about Mall Unbound.
One of the main questions we are having is, what's going to happen next in Mall Unbound? Jasmine was thinking that maybe Amal will get the best house for her and her family. I was thinking that maybe she'll get the best room in the landlord's house because her dad made it very clear she needed to get taken care of. Now on to the debate topic. In our school, we just had a 6th grade presidential debate. For the debate, the candidates each had to write a speech. Those speeches needed to be in the format of an argument. We also analyzed Barack Obama's presidential speech and pointed out the main idea, the supports, and the conclusion.
Thank you for watching the ELA segment of our show.
Hi, my name's Logan.
My name's Cameron.
My name is Angel.
My name's Dylan.
Today we're making slime.
we are going to make 2 kinds of slime. One's going to be clear slime and one's going to be fishbowl slime.
So today we are using glue, contact solution, baking soda, and some water.
You will also need a small bowl and a mixing spoon. This can get a little bit messy.
When we make slime, we use ratios. Our ratio of glue to contact solution is 4 ounces of glue to 1 teaspoon of contact solution. Our ratio of contact solution to baking soda is 1 teaspoon of contact solution to half a teaspoon of baking soda. Our ratio of contact solution to water is 1 teaspoon of water to 4 ounces of baking.
But wait, there's not enough slime for the 4 of us. Can we make a larger ratio by any chance?
Well, we can multiply each side of the ratio by 3. The ratio will look different, but it's the same size.
So that means I have to multiply each side by the same amount.
Yeah, let's try it out. So 4 ounces of glue times 3 is 12 ounces, so 12 ounces of glue. And 1 teaspoon of contact solution times 3 is 3 teaspoons of contact solution.
Okay, now I get it. So that means we have to multiply 1/2 times 3 is 1 1/2 of baking soda. But then if you multiply the water, it'd be 3 and 4 times 3 equals 12 ounces.
Now that we know, let's get started. Let's add our 12 ounces of clear glue and our 12 ounces of water. Now we have our glue and water mixed.
Next, we add 3 teaspoons of contact solution.
Keep adding on pinches of baking soda and contact solution until it gets firm and not sticky. Right now it's really sticky, so you want to add more baking soda at this point, because baking soda is what gets the stick reduced.
Guys, don't forget, there's a big difference between slime and oobleck.
First of all, oobleck is a non-nutrient fluid, which means if you're really easy with it, it'll act like a liquid, but if you're really hard with it, it'll act like a solid.
Slime. If you add too less to activate, it's going to be really sticky, and your parents are going to kill you because it's going to get everywhere.
You don't want to add too much activator because it will not work.
Don't forget, guys, slime also is a liquid. So now you guys know that there's a big difference between slime and oobleck.
This is fishbowl slime.
All you have to do is just add fishbowl rock. See you later!